Good morning, David. Five minutes to go time. Okay, everyone, let's get ready and rock and roll. I want to make sure that my audio is coming in and you can hear me. This is going to be one of the more, I would say, beneficial, critical, positive live streams you're going to see, because I'm going to really help you to hopefully make money with this technology. But again, before we get started, please let me know that my audio is coming in. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Let's get a little a couple more people in here. All right. So for those of you that are not aware, Trade Ideas has launched the money machine in alpha mode. Okay. And I want to really discuss what that means with everybody here so that you get the full understanding of what that means. So alpha mode is really a early release, not just an early, but an early release. You can start with it, you can work with it, but there are things in the money machine that we are still working on. Like, for example, helping you to figure out the optimized time to start it and stop it, like when to get in. Maybe there are times where if you turn it on, maybe it's not a great time to get in. So these are all things that that we are working on underneath. And there's going to be, like, the strategies that you get right now are just, again, the first ones that we put out there. And there's going to be many more that we are working on. It's just that we wanted you to start getting into it. And one of the things that I want to dispel, okay, and I've been running the money machine pretty much all morning, and people are like, but Dan, I ran it the other day and I didn't make money. It is not possible to make money every day. And when the market's kind of like at all-time highs and has been oscillating back and forth the way it has, it is possible you can go for several days in a row in the money machine and not make money. But I'm going to show you how to utilize the money machine so that you can really take advantage of it even when it is not doing well for you. Okay. So like right now, I have 4 trades that are on, and this is what they look like. Okay. Let's take a look. And this. Okay. So, but I'm going to go, does everyone see me? I'm going to say hide unused positions. I'm going to show you where we've been. Okay. What has the money machine gotten me into today? And we're going to discuss it. And then I'm going to show you my E-Trade account. Okay. And this is a live E-Trade account. And I've shown this to you, and I'm up in it. And I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm doing and how they relate to the money machine. And let's get right down to it. Okay. So you guys know that I show you my live E-Trade account that I trade on, because I don't want to be just selling you software that I'm not using for real. So let's talk about how you can use the money machine. Okay. So the money machine is very similar to how, let's say in sports terms, how in the NFL, to help the team play, you have your practice squad and you have your team, and they work together, drills, all sorts of stuff. So here I have Raya, okay? And I got into it early in the money machine, and you can see it was my biggest loser, $292, okay? And you can see I started here, went down, up, got positive, and I'm pulling back, okay? But notice how like it's kind of like in this mode right here. So I would say, okay, and you can see that this thing is, it's been all over the place. And I'm not going to specifically trade it right now, but I am going to say that from a risk reward point of view, a couple hundred shares here is pretty easy. And this is one of the ways that you can use the money machine, because you're going to be able to get into things that you may not otherwise, and then see what happens and react to it. So this is like, again, using your practice, your drilling to really help you. Okay, let's look at this one, repel. Okay, money machine got in here. And by the way, when this happened, we fixed this so you don't buy these kind of extended moves. Sold here, then boom, but then it's coming back. And I want to see, I think did I get some of it in? Yeah. So you can see that for me, right, I did this exact thing. I looked at this trade where it pulled all the way back. And by the way, it went lower and then went all the way here. And it's right here. I'm down $1 in it right now. But you can see like how I used this loss as a way to see and evaluate a potential real trade. Does everybody understand what I'm doing here? Give me a yes or a no. I want to make sure you guys understand that money machine and running it, and especially right now when it's in sim mode, it's an incredible way for you to learn how to use this tech to expose yourself and get into trades that are working and trades that can then really pay off quite big, but you saw them because you let the money machine go. Okay, very good, MB. I'm glad you guys understand. So once again, a couple of things that I want to show you that we are working on. In these settings, this is a very critical thing. Okay. Trade wave time frame, your 10 minutes, re-entry timeout. I think 15 minutes is a little too long. So I would like set that to 5, because sometimes you can have these things pull back hard and then just reverse and go in the right direction. So that's what you want to do. Okay. So 5, exclude when distance above top is greater than. I would put, I think by default it's 3, but I think 0.5 is the right way. And what happens here is, let me minimize this. Let's see. So this avoids this buy. See like how much this buy signal right here was so much above this top wave of the trade wave that to me, I quickly said, come on, that's not the right way to do it. So once again, there are multi-purposes to the money machine, okay? And it's not, and I think one of the things that I want to dispel, okay, is that people think, well, I need to just turn this on and have this make money for me. And you guys, while we do want that, and you have seen me do it in live streams on both E-Trade and in sim mode, there are times when it can do that, but it can't happen again every day, because the market doesn't work like that. Like right now, you've got a very tight plus minus. We're pulling back off of plus 100, but we're in a very tight market. Okay. MB, let me explain. Yeah. The 10-minute money machine settings, I just kind of had by default, but the 5-minute, it sort of lets me look a little bit deeper into that. Ultimately, it's a personal preference, really. It's nothing more than a personal preference, and that's it. Experiment. That is the real key. Experiment, experiment, and experiment. That's what you want to do. This is partly a way for all of us to experience this new type of momentum-based technology and and see what are some of the better ways that we can all work with it. And again, the beauty here too, right, is that mistakes made in this sim mode, the trial and error, you are learning from them, even though you may not like the fact that, well, I'm not making money every day, but the negative is teaching you something. Okay. It's teaching you to have normal expectations, to maybe say, okay, well, let me see what my settings are here. Here I'm in $3,500. Okay, so maybe one of the things that I want to do to avoid this is maybe change my settings to like $1,100 and then just use like the double down keys and things like that. There's just so many different things that we can all do. Okay, so many. And the beauty is, let me go to Windows, privacy mode. And again, and the beauty is that, by the way, this Pally, let's talk about where did we get it? Okay, premium subscribers, you guys understand, right, that one of the strategies that you can use to trade on the money machine is the Holly signals for today. And look, I mean, not all of them are positive, but when you have one that's a 35% winner, I mean, that covers, so 35, 5, and 0.25 covers all of this by a lot. David, so I'm watching the market pulse closely. And again, I just wanted to bring this Pally. Where did this come from? If any of you are not an SRFM, if you are not trading, if you're a premium subscriber and you are not trading these signals, you're missing quite a bit. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this wolf signal that we had, and it wasn't an easy one, but again, the system found something that went up 1,000%. Okay, 1,000%, 900, 1,000. Okay, you have Wheeler, 200. STTK. And remember, you can sort it by this. The way I have it today, by the way, is oops, sorry. I'm always looking at signals that are starting to go. Like, for example, this DPRO was a Holly signal that is up 5%, but it's starting to move. So this is how this is my mode that I look at where I evaluate the signals. New era, I mean, this is a great one because you can see it got in when as high as 267 and pulled back, and here we are. These are the kinds of things that I am looking at all the time. So if you are not, I'm 40% on Pally. Come on, guys. Hey, Edwin, how are you? If you are not utilizing this, okay, you're missing a huge component of the trade ideas arsenal. And what I'm saying is that I want to show you that this is live and I'm leading by example. And this thing, by the way, just want to tell you something too. I mean, you can see, look at the bigger picture here. Why am I in this? I actually I meant to buy 500 shares, but I bought 2,000. So that's, I mean, I should be up close to like $700. Okay. Unfortunately, I just made a mistake on my trade ticket. And I think I changed. And how do you do that? See, default share size 500. I fixed it, but it tells you it's defaulting to your open position. Okay. So this is unfortunate. It happens. And you can see I've had a couple of other trades in here. Excuse me. But I do want to say that I got this APDN from here. Okay. And the reason that I got it, is, I mean, if you look at the longer term chart, right? I mean, you can see that potentially it's trying to make a little bit of a move here. I mean, we will see. I'm not sure, but potentially. And I oversized, but you've got 15% short, 10 times relative volume, a float that's only 1.29 million, and it's traded almost the entire float. Edwin, thank you very much. Shake and Bake, thank you very much. We pride ourselves on this technology because it is based on our actual real life experience. We have, all of us, myself and many of the other trade ideas managers, we are active investors. We invest actively all the time, and we are constantly trying to make it better, easier, and more interesting for all of us to improve our performance. And you guys have seen, I try to lead by example in a number of different ways. It doesn't always work fantastically, but here you guys can see that even some of the longer term things that I'm working on, you can do this yourself on a percentage basis. I mean, I'm up almost 1% today. There's really incredible opportunities. You guys have seen this Nebius trade. We've gone quite a bit. GameStop's doing a dividend, so potentially this thing could really, really go. And this is another one that, I'm actually down 151,000 in it right now. So, okay, just sharing some of the positions so you can see all the different things that I'm doing for real. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, I'm going to hide my zero position. So right now, the money machine that I'm in is basically starting to kind of get its gears going. Yeah, David, that is a very good point. Remember that we are in alpha mode, right? We are in alpha. And as a result, the strategies, we're kind of working on them in real time. And a lot of this stuff is going to be changing. Like this, the key for us is these strategies right here that are, right now I'm writing big momentum rider, but all the ones that are in here, they're not set in stone, meaning that as the market changes, we will be adjusting them and we will be correcting them and we will be improving them. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope it does. You can always go to our support sessions that we have. We have lots of experts there that can help you figure out some of the better settings, but ultimately the settings are a little bit of a, they're like your own prints. You can take some of this stuff and change it. This is a collaboration string. It's in here. All of these little things, this is where you really want to experiment. Okay. You really want to experiment. So what I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop the money machine. Okay. I'm going to exit this. I'm going to start it from scratch. And by the way, just since all of us have seen, like since we've started, we've been from up 100 to now only up 30. So you can kind of see that going long. Let's see what happens. What's going on in this one? That, and again, all of this is right here. And I'm going to wait till it goes right here. And again, I mean, I just see what the range is going to be. But I really am not happy with my fat finger here. That was just a really poorly executed trade that was supposed to be just 500 shares and bought 2,000 because I wasn't, looking, and there you have it. So this is a very tough, and like what you're seeing here, this is a tough environment to start going long. Okay. Doesn't mean that it can't happen, but let's go do a clear. So here we are. So let's take a look at money machine settings and look at what are some possible, things that we can trade. So maybe, so downside thrust is an interesting concept here. And I'm going to run it long and show you guys why it's an interesting concept. Okay. Downside thrust, change from the open, 4 positions. Hold on a second here. So because it's, and I'm kind of mentally preparing that this is real. So I'm not going to get into 3,500. I'm going to hit save. Okay. And let's start. Oh, whoops. Okay. Sorry. I went the wrong direction. My bad. Okay. Hold on one second. But I want to show you guys, this is actually one that, once again, I would be trying to kind of play this in the opposite direction, because again, look at how much downside has happened. So just the concept here, you can also take this one, and I'm going to stop it real quick. Money machine settings, direction short. I meant to go long. Save, profile, button. Okay, and start. So sometimes, do you see what I'm doing? Edwin, I am not sure of the answer to that question. We might have to have a support ticket, take a look at it. That's it, just support. Because again, it's hard for me to say exactly without seeing exactly what you're doing. Funky Fred asked the question, what advantage specifically does the money machine give over a standard alert scan? Well, it automatically gets you into a couple of things and automatically manages the strategy for you. Okay. Automatically sets the stop, and here, you can adjust it, for example. So what it's doing is, we've talked about this. What the money machine is doing, you guys, is it's doing this thing called flow state type of trading. The problem that most people have is actually being able to pull the trigger. Okay. People hesitate, they want an indicator, they want to be correct. And so this hesitation creates a state where they just simply don't pull the trigger. The money machine automates that. Okay. You can already do some of that with Trade Ideas alerts and have it automatically execute via interactive broker. You can do that, Pumpy. There's no question about it. But the money machine is just a different way to do it that is easier in a lot of ways, we think. And it also lets us put the settings in here so that we can kind of tap into our own expertise of being able to find good things that are working based on our own knowledge base. So that's it. So the block trade is just a big block that's done with size. Okay. And we show it to you when it happens. So as I've started this downside thrust, again, nothing too exciting going on. Here, you're just trying something a little bit different. But one of the things I want to make sure everyone here understands, right, is that remember right now, the money machine is in simulation mode. You are learning so much by just getting after it in sim and seeing all the different things that can happen. This is like you practicing piano or being in the driving range, all things like that. Yeah, MB, you can absolutely do it. You can highlight a position and hit flatten, and that's it. And in this case, once I did that, it thinks it exited and now it's getting back in. Okay, and the flatten button is huge. You can like say all, and if you had different stuff going on, you could say long or short. It can throw limits out. It can do lots of different things. Arthur, I'm not 100% sure on that. Please shoot that into support, and we can see what's going on there. That's just one of those things I'm 100% not sure about. Okay. MB, I'm pretty sure that the money machine will exit auto on, let's see, settings. Let's look at stops and exits. So I'm pretty sure that at the end of the day, like if you have it running all day, it will close. So I'm yeah, MB, I think that there is a setting, and if not, I will make sure that we exit on close as an option. Let me see here. No, that's exit positions on stop. MB, I will send that to the team, and again, absolutely, the money machine should be able to exit things on the close. So let me make sure that we have that as an option right now. Of course, you can do it quickly yourself, but that Aussie B, I really appreciate what you're saying there. We are trying really hard to do something special, and and it's utilizing kind of again something that we've had for a long time. I mean, let's face it, guys. How many systems do you know that can call out a 44% winner in one day? I mean, honestly. 44, 45, and by the way, the market's not easy. So we have 45% winner, 7% winner, almost a 1 flat, and then a 1% loser, and just tiny little losers. But 44% in a day, I mean, that is pretty freaking significant. All right, just adjust here. Let's go check on our E-Trade. I still don't know what's going on there. Okay, I mean, you can see what's going on, and ADPN is one of these ones that, if it bounces, I could easily, have, $1,000 day, without any problem. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take half. So we 500 shares. These are just some things that I'm showing you guys. Just said that. Hello. Half. My version sometimes doesn't like it. Okay, let me go to 500. Market. Sell. Send. I know what's going on. It's our privacy mode error in the execution panel on this version that I have. Because I hid my account, it doesn't, it can't read exactly where it needs to send it. So don't worry about that. I'm actually going to let it stay now that I think about it. And just wanted to show you that the key that I wanted to showcase here, okay, and this is the important part, is that I utilize the money machine to also place trades live, and you can as well. Because once you have sort of an emotional attachment to a position and you can see what's happened, it kind of gives you a wherewithal of being able to see something that you otherwise might not have seen. Like this one, look, I lost $87 in it, bought, sold, but here it is. It's kind of, it's getting ready. I mean, the market's not in a situation where you specifically want to be buying right now, but I've got this like kind of keeping an eye on it. Yeah, Ozzy, I think that there is. I'm gonna talk to my guys when we get done with this and see what's going on. But yeah, 100%. Okay, let's. I'm gonna hide the zero positions. Nothing going on. I'm gonna stop it. Flatten it. Okay, and again, I want to make sure you guys do understand, by the way, that here, Holly, today's Holly signals. Okay, 4, no minimums, no trade wave, save profile on. I haven't done this yet, so let's start. So what does this do? And by the way, this is so freaking cool. Okay. So what this allows you to do is this setting here allows you to trade. We didn't do it from the open, but these stocks. So you can get into all of Holly's trades with the money machine and have, the proper exits and everything else. So today, if I had done this while we were all, from the open, which I didn't, it would have gotten me into that the Pally trade. But what I did was I actually traded that one just through E-Trade by itself. So I in essence was executing this today, and that's what I was demonstrating to you guys over here. That's how this happened. Look at the entry price, 121. Okay, so I missed it by 10 cents. So I got a 10 cents later, which is kind of like a big return percentage. But just wanted you to see that I'm utilizing our own tech. I'm doing what we vent. I mean, I think that's the real key here. So it's 9:35. I mean, I want to get into the summary of what I wanted to showcase. The big thing that I wanted to say was that please, 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 while we are in alpha mode specifically, and in generally all the time, do not have an expectation that the money machine is going to make money every day. That's not possible in any scenario. That's like playing golf and thinking every shot that you take is going to go into the hole and you're going to play 18 holes and shoot 18. Okay. That is just not what's going to happen. But you are able to get an incredible amount of experiential use case knowledge by running it and watching what happens. And then if you already have a brokerage account, which most of you do, then you can take advantage of some of these trades. And that could give you an opportunity to really excel, make quite a bit of money, potentially. Like, look at these moves that we're playing from 454 to 422, 30% moves, and kind of basing. This is the kind of stuff that you get to see, experience. And it's just a very powerful way to interact with the market. Belligerent, yeah, I think it's the same thing, kind of going back to golf. The key, you're going to take a lot of shots, but only a few of them really do it. And this example here in the money machine, in the Holly AI, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 out of 7 are correct. -2%, half, 0.09, 0.08, 44, 7, and half a 1. That's the math, okay? Yeah, 55% win rate is very good. The key is managing risk. All trading is a risk management sort of a thing, okay? You're managing your risk. That is the key. Okay, let's dive into some questions. Okay. Also, I'm going to give you guys the window that I watch for some of these smaller ones. It's called the Super Scalper. So I'm going to right click, save or share to the cloud. Okay. Okay. So alpha version of Trade Ideas Money Machine is out. We want to make sure you understand and don't have the expectations that you're going to be making money every single day. This is impossible. Okay. This is in sim mode. So we haven't even opened up the live trading yet, which we're going to do relatively soon, but we're not sure when. Lots of things are being worked on. Money machine settings, strategies. Let me just I'm gonna stop it right here. Okay. This is a key component for you guys. Right now, downside thrust is your short signal, but again, it's an interesting one to play to the upside as well. You got big momentum, which is just trying to write exactly what that says, big momentum, pullbacks, and the Holly AIs. Okay. That's what we're starting off with. There's tons of stuff that's still in the works. Stop and exits, 3% stops. Okay. Re-entry timeout minutes. I think 15 is too big, and I would suggest maybe putting that as like 5. So let me switch channels here real quick. A lot of the things that appear on the Holly AI are also in other channels like Pally, LRMR. I mean, you can see there's a lot of overlap here. Lots and lots of overlap. Belligerent, I don't for trading the way that we do here. Okay, level 2 is not critical because level 2 is more for like penny scalping. If you're buying 5,000 shares at like $2.50 and then you want to get out at 251, stuff like that, maybe work the price improvement angle a little bit. I don't think it's necessary. Like there's nothing, where are we here? Where's Pally? There's nothing that a level 2 window is going to help you with when it comes to getting in and out of something like this. I'm going to bring one up for you guys, and we're just going to demonstrate this exact thing. Bear with me for 1 minute here. Hold on. I am loading a level 2 window from E-Trade. Okay, so level 2. Let's look up PALI. Again, things move so quick on this that it is very difficult. And notice like how just some stuff just pops in. It's a big seller supposedly here, maybe. But compare this. Okay, so this is one type of level 2, but here's another type. For me, for doing the kind of things that we do, I don't think that level 2 is a critical component of your trading mechanics. I just don't think. So, like I said, and that's just a personal preference for me. That's my own internal personal preference, nothing more. Okay, David, let's discuss the trailing stops. So, what we're trying to do, okay, is something that where if you are in a position and you've got a lot of profits, okay, in it, the stop is going to adjust with the profits so that if there's a big pullback, you are going to get it. Let me demonstrate and see if I can. Okay. Let's take a look at this. So notice, like right now, on these, you're red and you're in stop mode. Okay, that makes sense. But if this started to run, this thing would adjust with it. And by the way, you can always do something like this too. See, like this is a setting that you can always work with yourself. But the idea is that once you are profitable, okay, once you're profitable, this will turn orange and it will be like if you're up $500, it will try to retain at least 2 or 300 of that 500, something to that effect. David, does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so David's asking, David asked, could I explain the falling out of ranking part also, please? Yes. So over here at the bottom, you've got the trade candidates. And here, for the most part, I'm trying to be in the top here because that just means that based on the sort order or like in this case, it's changed from the close. And again, I didn't do any adjustments here. These are all things that you can change, but the idea is that you're always trying to stay in the biggest momentum name. So let me make like a quick adjustment here. I'm going to stop it one more time. Button, money machine settings, and let me just do a couple of things here. Okay, let me go to 1. 15, just adjust them. And here, just to make it easy to show, position in 15-minute range. I'm going to hit save and start. Okay, so the idea is that it's trying to get you into the ones that are in the top of this ranking. But just because they fall out of the top, right now, we don't have it where it exits it in race mode. We're going to have that as an option. And just that on this first version, we're kind of doing it where there's less churning because otherwise it can just get incredibly, incredibly churning. Okay. David, so falling out of a ranking can exit the trade, but not right now. Right now, the trade is set on stop loss, and money management mode. Okay, so here beyond 45. So this is how it's set. And I'm just adjusting them a little bit. But the idea is that you can eventually have a setting where you're just constantly in the top, however many there are. The thing is that we want to make sure that when we bring that to market in the right way, that it's just not super churny and you're losing the spread on 50 trades, because these ranks change all the time. The idea here is to kind of be in this scenario where you're 1, 2, 3. You're in the top 3, but see, like this one now changed. You would get out of that one, get into this one, be in Pally, be in Seed, potentially. Okay, David, I'm glad. I just want to make sure that you guys know that one of the things, like where we really started with this concept is, so watch when this resets. It's about to reset. Okay, Seed just won. So here we are. We're in a 10-minute race. So in theory, if I turned on the money machine right now, it would be in Pally, LRMR, and DXYZ. Okay, if I was in 3 of them. Now let's just keep going so you can kind of visualize what would be happening. Pally's continuing. This one's probably pulling back right now a little bit. So do you notice that if this was the way that we had it before, you would be out of the top 3 and into these? They're moving. They're moving. But one of the things that we are concerned about when we were trying to see if this could actually really work this way is to prevent churn. Ritman has asked the question of how long will the alpha update with bug fixes and stuff like that. Some of the stuff is on the server, so we don't have to like put in a new version, but there's some stuff that isn't. So it's kind of, we have never really released an alpha version before. This is our first one ever. And as a result, we are kind of just going by what we feel, what we think is going to happen. We're not 100% sure, but rest assured, this is alpha. So know that there's going to be a ton of things that we're going to fix, a ton of things that we are going to make better. And it's a continued work in progress. We just wanted you guys to start working with it just like we are, because you're already providing us very good feedback on different things. And it's helping us to make the product better. Yeah, this ADPN, not happy about it at all. Sometimes, by the way, just so that you know, and I'm guilty of it as anyone else, this is a keystroke error. Keystroke errors is one of the things that we've been trying to prevent with the money machine, because that part's automated. But I bought 2,000 shares versus 500, and think about how much. I've been down like $200 versus 780, and that's just pathetic on my part. Again, overall, I'm not really worried because of this. So that's not a huge thing for me, but I just want to show you that I'm as susceptible to making errors as anyone else. All right, guys, quick summary information. Once again, the money machine is out, okay? You should be banging away on it. Do not be afraid. Do not try to make money every single day. Okay, that's impossible in any system, but learn from it. see if you can see something that you experience. Like this is one of these ones where, again, if I felt or thought the market was going to turn around, and I don't feel that specifically, but this would for sure be a buy candidate. And one of the things you can do, by the way, is you can then set an alarm right here and say, set a price alert at 7, set the alert. You see what I'm doing right here? And you can adjust it. You can do that on any of these. You know, alert me if this goes right here. That lets me then know, like pop-ups will take place and it will be like, hey, Dan, it's time. You're doing really good. Time to get back in. The momentum has shifted. Okay, guys, fire away the last questions. You know, we're right at the end of our session. My whole goal today was to showcase the fact that number one, make sure that you are using our AI signals. Pally was just an incredible one today, 47% winner. And these are the things that separate us from most other vendors. The money machine automates a lot of things, helps you to be able to find things and get into things that you otherwise might not see. Like this is, again, a very good example of something that if I thought we were going to turn around, I would do it. Another one. And I'm in that one in E-Trade. So I'm just saying that I like to see this is the extreme. And by the way, this is a perfect example of big momentum plays happen like this. I mean, look at this move from 414 to 455, huge selling, and now it's doing this. Belligerent, it's my pleasure. I'm grateful to be able to be here, speak to, you know, quite a bit of people, and, you know, not be a C-suite. That's not what I am. I am not a C-suite. My whole company is people. We're always talking one-on-one. We're showcasing that we really utilize this technology, and we're hoping that you can see how we do it. You know, here's one of these examples of where, like, you see like a huge sell happen and then a huge buy. So the primary goal right now is to continue to use it, get feedback, and make your own mental notes on, you know, what you think could be something that takes place when you apply this to your own trading, which again, that's what it's really all about. Yes. So how do you copy the settings? I'm going to stop the money machine settings. You can go to any one of these, copy the collaborate link, and then go to news. And that's what it looks like. Does that make sense? So any one of these settings, you can see what we're doing. You can configure it. You can adjust it. You can do all sorts of things like that. Okay, guys, we are at the end of the hour. Once again, alpha mode is live. As you can see, you should be using it. Take advantage of it. It's an incredible piece of technology. And it's just the beginning. Thank you, Ripman. Once again, you're going to get better at it the more you use it. And again, please understand that this isn't the get rich quick scheme. This is just automating a lot of the things that are difficult for people to do on their own, which is, just get in, set stops, get out. All right, you guys, I love you all. Really appreciate it. Had a fantastic live stream with you all today. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, it's not all about the money. It's about your family, your life. Enjoy it, please. And I will see you next week. Talk to you guys soon. And thank you. Really appreciate everybody that joined me. Take care.